Hi, this is Peter from Game of Trades, and today we're going to be making a special episode on Bitcoin. We've had quite a bit of a sell-off since the all-time high here on Bitcoin, and so some investors are wondering whether this is the time to sell. And so in this video, we're going to take a look at quite a few charts, quite a few indicators, and that's going to help us establish whether this is a buying opportunity for Bitcoin. And if it is a buying opportunity, how are we going to be able to maximize our returns over the next few months. So we're going to start off by taking a quick look at the price action going on an 8-hour chart. This is the price channel that crypto traders and investors should be looking at, right? This is the most well-respected channel on Bitcoin currently, right? The primary trend line goes from these highs right here. It was acting as resistance throughout this period, and then we broke out, back tested, and you can see the multiple layers here all act as solid levels of support and resistance. Recently we broke out and we had that false breakout here, although we've held as support so far here, but still just under that line of resistance. So that's the technical picture. Now regarding the specific reasons for the sell-off, there are rumors that it was sparked by Elon Musk's tweet on Ethereum and Bitcoin being a little bit too high, and that actually sparked quite a bit of a sell-off in both Bitcoin and Ethereum. We also had the Treasury Secretary that made some comments on Bitcoin being an inefficient method of transaction and also impacting climate change. Now, of course, we all know how efficient and environmentally friendly the banking system is, but that's another story. Anyway, now that we have all these rumors and news out the way, we can take a look at some objective analysis and objective indicators that are actually going to help us move forward with our decisions. And we're going to start off by taking a look at where we are on the stock to flow model. So what is this indicator? It's a price model that's based on the stock of Bitcoin relative to how many Bitcoins are coming into circulation. So we know that Bitcoin revolves around a 4-year cycle. So every 4 years, you have a bull market that's followed by a bear market. So that's incredibly important to understand if you're looking at cryptocurrencies. They are for now a cyclical asset class around a 4-year cycle. So you can see in this halving cycle, the stock to flow model predicts around a $90,000 Bitcoin. And if you look at previous bull markets, we know that Bitcoin overshoots that target, right? That happened back in 2013. It happened back in 2017. So we can expect something similar to happen again. So we know that Bitcoin has not topped yet, right? We haven't had that last euphoric phase of the bull market that exceeds the stock to flow model and overshoots it actually by quite a large margin. You can see back in 2018, the stock to flow model was around at $5,000 right here, whereas Bitcoin obviously reached $20,000. So right now we're still below that $90,000 prediction. And so you can say Bitcoin is actually undervalued or almost fairly valued compared to the stock to flow model. So if you're buying Bitcoin right now, you're actually buying an asset that's pretty fairly valued relative to how many Bitcoins are coming into circulation and how many are being held. So now the real question is, are we going to see one big overshoot like we did back in 2017, or are we going to see a double wave type of cycle like we did in 2013 right here? And so we're going to take a look at a couple indicators that are going to help us answer that question. But if we just take a look at the price action on here, you can see right here, if I zoom in a little bit on this chart, you can see the Bitcoin price is starting to overtake the stock to flow model right here. All right, and I'm going to show you why that's important, because that's not something that we saw throughout the 2016 and 2017 bull market. We never saw Bitcoin overtake the stock to flow model until the very last part of that cycle in that euphoric phase. So right now, what's happening right now, depending on what happens over the next few weeks, if we continue to see this violent uptrend, it could look something a little bit more like what happened in 2013 right here, where we had Bitcoin overshoot massively on the first run up and then have a significant drawdown here before having another big surge. So in that scenario, if that's something that we're going to see, ideally we'd want two separate exits, right? So that we can fully take advantage of the bull market without having to endure that large drawdown. And of course, we're going to be there. And if we have more of a move like 2013, we want to be booking profits on this run and buying back at much cheaper levels, right? Look at this top. It was at $230 and then Bitcoin came all the way back down to $67. So if you're able to stay on the right side of that kind of a move, you can be immensely profitable. So that's something we're going to try to take advantage of as much as we can, both on gameoftrades.net with our members, and we are going to continue making these updates on the YouTube channel. So if you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit that like button so that we continue making these videos on cryptocurrencies, and also make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications so that you can get these updates as soon as we post them. And now I'm going to take a look at another indicator, right? All these indicators are on lookintobitcoin.com. So if you want to have access to these charts, don't hesitate to go and check them out. They have quite a few great charts to look at for Bitcoin. And this is one of the charts that we really like. We've got the 2-year moving average right here in green. And we've also got the 2-year moving average times 5 in red right here. And why am I talking about this? Because we've been rejected off that level right here quite violently. This red moving average here is acting as resistance right now. And that's very similar to a situation that we had right here back in 2017, where we actually had 2 separate reactions. Although this was not a perfect tag, we did have 1 and 2 reactions before eventually Bitcoin breaking out to the upside. So what this indicator tells you is as soon as we're above that red moving average, we're starting to get into that euphoric phase. All right. And it tells you the price is overextended. So that part highlighted in red is where you want to be booking profits. And look at the double wave here. You had 2 separate moments where you had Bitcoin overtake the red moving average, and 2 separate moments where you could have booked profits and then re-entered on that correction. So we're taking a look at this situation very, very closely. So we have 2 separate options. First option, we get a scenario like 2017, right? Where we had those 2 separate reactions. You can see from June 2017 all the way to till September 2017, the price stayed at $3,000. So if we have a period of consolidation for the next few months, like we did back here, that could provide the technical posture for a move like 2017, right? But right now, Bitcoin is looking extremely powerful. Even the Pi cycle top indicator is starting to close in into potentially a sell signal here, like it did back in 2017 and like it did twice here in 2013 on that double wave. So this is something that we're going to take a look at in more detail in the next YouTube Bitcoin episode. But seeing a cross of these 2 moving averages right here would provide a mid-cycle sell signal on Bitcoin. And so that could be something that we get in the next 2-3 weeks, especially if we have a move like we did right here through that red line. In that case, we would be booking profits as Bitcoin heads into $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, and we'd be waiting for a better buying opportunity a little bit lower. So if you're asking yourself whether to take your first positions in the cryptocurrency market on this pullback that we're currently seeing, this could be a great buying opportunity. The cycle is not done yet. We're going to see much higher highs on Bitcoin. But if you're interested in knowing more about how we're following Bitcoin and what we're going to be doing with our investments, make sure to go and check out gameoftrades.net for exclusive content on cryptocurrencies, on precious metals, on commodities. Now, we are also looking for a cryptocurrency analyst to join our team at Game of Trades. If you have investing or trading experience in the cryptocurrency field and are interested in conducting daily extended research to keep a highly informed outlook on the market, click on the link in the description below to have a look at the job description and send us your resume. Now, that's about all I wanted to cover in this episode. In the meantime, good luck on your trading and see you next time.